In this lesson, we're going to learn about direct variation. All right, so directly proportional relationships in equations and in graphs. Directly proportional is a proportional relationship in which the ratio of y to x is a constant k. We say y varies directly with x. So here we have it written in an equation. Y is equal to kx, where k is a constant of proportionality. You could also write it as y all over x is equal to the k, or that constant proportionality. The variable k is that constant of proportionality, or the slope. It's like we have the equation y is equal to mx plus b, where m is our slope. The k is also our slope. The difference between the y is equal to mx plus b and the y is equal to kx is that b then is just always going to be 0. It's always going to go through the origin. So this right here is just the same as the constant proportionality, or the slope. All right, so as a graph, we have the graph of a directly proportional graph always passes through the origin and is linear. So the origin is at the 0, 0. So it's always going to go through the origin. Linear means that it's going to be in one straight, and we should say continuous line. So we see it here. You could also draw it kind of like this, and then it would go directly through that origin. All right, so how do I determine if a real-world relationship models direct variation? John's parents gave him $3,000 to use for college tuition. He is able to save $350 a week at his summer job. Write and graph the equation for his total savings in terms of weeks. All right, so we're going to have our y is equal to then, and his parents gave him $3,000 for the tuition, and then now he's able to save $350 every week. So that's our slope. So if I were to put this on a graph, it would kind of look like this. All right, and this is not going to be to scale, but I'm going to go all the way up to, let's say, right here is our $3,000. That's how much he starts with. And then every week, he's going to go up 350 over 1, up 350 over 1, up 350 over 1, and so forth. And so our graph will look somewhat like this. So does this model direct variation relationship? No, it does not, because it's not going through the origin. It doesn't start at 0 and go up at this proportional rate. So the answer to that is no. Number 2, Christian started saving for college tuition and is able to save $350 a week at his summer job. Write an equation and graph his total savings in terms of weeks. All right, so in this case, he's not getting any money up front. He's going to just, every week, he's going to be making $350 per week. So in this case, we would have y is equal to then $350 for every week. So if we were to graph something like this, we would be starting at the 0, because at 0 weeks he has $0. And you would be going up 350 over 1, 350 over 1, 350 over 1, and so forth. And so does this model direct variation? The answer to that is yes, because this is a proportional relationship. All right, in example 2, how do I write direct variation equation? Given that y varies directly with x, use the specified values to write a direct variation equation. Well, remember, direct variation equation is y is equal to kx, where this k is our constant of variation. It is also our kind of like, it's like our slope. So if I have something, number 1, I have x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 32. I'd have y is equal to kx. Let's plug in the parts we know and solve for what we don't. So if y is 32, I don't know my k, but I know my x is 4, or I could have written 4k, doesn't matter. So now let's get k all by itself. We would then divide by 4 then k then is going to be equal to 8. So if I wrote our direct variation equation, it would be y is equal to 8x, because our constant of variation is 8. All right, let's do the next one. Again, I'm always going to start with my equation. And let's plug in our 4 is equal to then k times 1/2. All right, now let's take a look at this. We need to get that k all by itself, and the 1/2 is multiplying it. So how do we undo multiplication? We divide, and dividing a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So I'm going to just multiply by 2 all over 1 on both sides. All right, so then k is going to be equal to 8 in this case as well. So I would have the equation y is equal to 8x. And in number 3, we'll do it again. Y is equal to kx. Our y is 2. I don't have my k, but I know that x is equal to -6. So let's divide by -6. And now be careful here. You have k is equal to 2 all over -6, or it doesn't matter where you put the negative. I'm going to simplify that down to just -1/3. So here's my k. So we'd have y is equal to -1/3 x for a direct variation equation. All right, so let's take a look at graphs. How do I determine if x varies directly with y? Determine if x varies directly with y. If so, write the equation. All right, so let's take a look. We need to look for 2 things. We need to look, is it going through the origin? And is it a continuous straight line? So for number 1, yes, this is a direct variation equation, and now it wants us to write the equation. So we need to find the rate of change. So I would start here, and I'm going to go, if I go up 20, it goes up $20 for every 1 share. So our k, or constant of variation, is y is equal to then 20x. All right, number 2. Well, it kind of looks like it goes through the origin. It kind of looks like we have a straight line. However, it needs to be a continuous line going through the origin. And this does not have that, so no. Number 4 is a straight line, but it does not go through the origin, so we're going to also say no for this one. Number 5, it goes through the origin and it is a straight line, so we're going to say yes. And it looks like it has a negative, I went down 1 over 1, so it would be y is equal to, our rate of change is -1, and then x. All right, our next one. So now let's take a look. First of all, it has to go through the origin, and it has to have the constant rate of change. Well, right here, if you look at 0, 2, that does not go through the origin. That means that that's going to be starting on this graph. If 0 up 2, it's going to go up kind of like this. So this is going to be a no. All right, our next one, number 7, so it goes through the origin. And now let's check to see if it has a constant rate of change. If we find the ratio of y all over x, so I'd have 6 all over 2, that's equal to 3. I have 9 all over 3, that's equal to 3, and I have 12 all over 4, and that is also equal to 3. Another way of looking at it is, how did I go from this 2 to the 6? Well, I multiplied by 3. How did I go from 3 to the 9? I multiplied by 3, and so forth. So our direct variation equation would be y is equal to 3x. All right, in our last example, we're going to be determining whether the equation represents direct variation. So, and then we have to name the constant proportionality. Remember, we're looking for y is equal to kx. All right, the other, we could have y all over x is equal to then k is another way to look at this. I like to try and go back to this. If I can put it in this form, then I know that it is going to be direct variation. So this first one's obvious. This is a yes. And our constant of proportionality is 4. All right, our next one, we have y is equal to 4x minus 3. Well, right here, that tells us that it's not going to go through the origin. It's starting at the negative 3. So this is going to be a no. All right, y all over x is equal to 4. Now, we do have that form up here, so we know that. But let's just take a look and see if we can get it to that y is equal to kx. If you look at this and we try to get the y all by itself, the x is on the bottom, it's dividing, so I would multiply it by x on both sides. And I would have y is equal to 4x. So I can get it in that form, so this is a yes, and in this case our constant of proportionality is 4. All right, so let's try to get the y all by itself here. Well, it's multiplying the x, so I'm going to divide both sides by x. So I have now y is equal to 6 all over x. Well, this is not, I cannot put this in the form of y is equal to kx. In fact, if the x is on the bottom, it's not considered linear. All right, so I have y is equal to negative 2 all over x. So again, here I'm showing that x on the bottom there, and so no. Oh, and all right, x is equal to 4. Well, can I put that in the form of y is equal to kx? No, in fact, if I were to graph this one, in every case x is 4, this would be going straight up and down, and that's going to be undefined. This is not a direct variation. It's not going to go through the origin. All right, so I have x is equal to 4 divided by y. Well, can I get that y all by itself? So right now it's multiplying. I could multiply by y on both sides. I'd have yx is equal to 4. Well, to get that x all by or y all by itself, I divide by x. And again, what's going to happen is you've got that x on the bottom, which it makes it so it's not linear. So no, this is not direct variation. All right, 6y is equal to 5x. Let's get y all by itself. We're going to divide by 6 on both sides. I'd have y is equal to 5 all over 6x. So yes, this is going to be direct variation, and our constant rate of change is, or the constant proportionality is 5 all over 6. And our last example, yes, this is in that form. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. It is in that form. So yes, this is direct variation, and my constant rate of change is 5. So in this lesson, we took a look at how to determine if graphs, equations, and relationships are direct variation.